Hello and welcome to another video. Today we are going to be talking about 8.5 Purple Luffy, a deck that gets a huge upgrade in the form of its own starter deck cards and becomes really good next set. But for now, we gotta work with what we've got. So, let's do some talking and let's do some explaining for this deck profile. There's a lot of adjustments that can be made. There's some secret things here and there tech-wise. Some people like to go for the 4K vanilla package still, but truthfully, this is about 80% of the cards is what every Luffy deck will have moving forward. But until we get the crazier support next set, this is what we're going to work with. So let's start with Luffy himself. Luffy says activate main, add the top card of your life to your hand, get an active Dawn. You can only do it if you have 0 or 3 or more. Really solid, great ramp. Take some damage, but in certain matchups, you don't really care. Next is the Mr. 2. On play, gain an active Dawn, and then when attacking, copies a character. Great card in purple, and yeah, not a lot to say, it's just really good. Next is our Frankie. He's got Rush if you have a Dawn on him, and he's a 2K counter. You can use him to close out games, but outside of that, you just kind of want to keep it in your hand so you can discard to survive. But both options are pretty solid. The Gear 5 Luffy, the 10 drop, on play, put all your Dawn back, bottom deck everything on your board except for him, and then go again, and then you can activate main to gain a Dawn. This is pretty much your I'm gonna win this turn card, or rather next turn, considering what this card does. It's great. The 12K base is fantastic, and he really can just mop up games, especially if your opponent has no Dawn up and you play this card and go again after swinging with your entire board. Just a great closer. There are some decks that play this with the Black Maria so you can turbo it out, but that's more for red-purple Luffy in my opinion than just straight purple Luffy, whereas this deck is more mid-range aggro. Moving on, the Sanji blocker. 2K counter, 6006. If you have 2 or more less Dawn than your opponent, this is a 3 cost in your hand. You typically want to play this turns after you play 9-drop Kaido, or after you play Gear 5 and go again. You can ramp 1 and draw, especially if you use leader skill. Great card because of the fact that it can counter for 2000 and it's a blocker for 6K base. And the 6 cost is a good point because it's better than 4 and better than 5. But, you know, if you're playing against black, they'll get rid of it if they want to. Now, the 7-drop King, I like this card in this deck. I think it's great in what it can do, which is gaining Rush if your opponent has 5 or more Dawn on their field. But the real reason I like him is because he's a 7 cost, which means purple can't use Ocean Sovereignty to KO him, and blue cannot Gravity Blade him, which is really important with Doflamingo running rampant in the meta. Plus, he's a swing, and an 8000 attack is rough for the opponent because it's 2 out of hand minimum, no matter what. Card is so sick. I think that this should be played more for sure. Next is the Pudding. 2 copies of her. When a Dawn's put back, you gain a Dawn rested. It's really good in what it does. I only played 2 because I feel like with this deck, once you're like at the echelon of like 8 or above, you don't really go back down outside of 9-drop Kaido or the 10-drop Gear 5, but at that point you're going for game anyways, so it doesn't really matter. But either way, she's good to have. She's a counter and she can do that, which makes her really annoying, so people want to get rid of her right away for the most part. Next, 9-drop Big Mom. On play, Dawn -1, discard a card, gain a life, and then put a 6 or less on your opponent's field back into their life. The second effect, you don't even have to do. You could just say, here's a 9K body, I'm gaining a life pass. It's just really good in purple. Some people choose to play either the Lin or the Kaido. I think that playing both is good. I'm playing more of her compared to the Kaido just because of the fact that Kaido's minuses so much Dawn on play that there's not a lot you can do next turn. compared to playing your bigger bodies, whereas with Big Mom, if you were to do this, next turn you could just do it again and again and again, which makes it really good. 9-drop Kaido, as I was saying, Dawn -5, KO a 6 or less, and gain Rush. Also a great card to close games, also KOs obnoxious blockers. Also just really strong for having 10k base. Great card in the deck, good way to get rid of bodies. Super good. Now onto the Queen blocker. It's a classic card in purple. On play, Dawn -1, draw 2, discard 1 with a 1k counter. The great bread and butter of your mid game and end game if you just want to draw more cards and put bodies on the board. The 6k base is just great, and it's just a good way to get more resources. Next, 4-drop Law. It's a blocker. If your opponent has 7 or less on play, you're -1, draw, well not draw, -1 and they discard 2. Now, this is a great card because if you're going first, or even if you're going second, you can swing 5 at them, and if they take it, they'll go to 7, and then you just add a life to your hand, play the Law, and rip 2. Most people know that in this matchup, and as a result, they will discard. But even then, you don't have to even play the Law at that point, because you could just play the Zoro, for example, or the Bon Clay and just pass. It's just making your opponent worry, oh my god, do they have the Law? And even if you don't, you put the Fear of God into them. So, still a great card to play, even now. Next is Usohachi, straight up upgrade from the one in set 5. It says if you have 8 or more Dawn, rest a 5 or less. This comes up, even though he's a 2k counter with low power, that on play legitimately can win you a game. This taps Blocker Kid, this taps Rebecca, this taps Boa. I could go on and on. You could just play this and have 7 Dawn up and just start swinging at their face for game, and there's nothing they can do about it. This also taps Sabo in Black Yellow Luffy and in Black decks. I can't state how good that ability is. And if you don't have time to do it, it's still a 2k counter. So like you're still in a good spot. Just really good. Next is Nami. On play, if you have 8 or more, trash 1, draw 2. Very good. And it's a blocker. And since we're not playing in a law-focused meta anymore, she has a chance to survive and not get bottom decked immediately, you know? So, she's good. Drawing cards is always good in this deck. Speaking of drawing cards, 5-drop Sangoro. On attack, if you have 8 or more, draw. So sick. Just so good. People will try to KO this card the second you play it, because they don't want you to have that much card advantage. So, just amazing. Plus a 1k counter on top of that, just wow. Next, Zorojuro, the searcher of your deck. On play, look at 5, grab a purple straw hat, add it to your hand, bottom deck the rest. 4 cost 6k. This is typically going to be your 4 cost turn, more often than not. Let you grab other pieces, because next turn you can go to 6, add a life, then play Luffy Taro and go ham. Speaking of Luffy Taro, on play, Dawn -1, play a 5 or less straw hat from your hand. Be mindful, it's a Dawn -1. If you play this at 8 Dawn, and you play a Nami, or you play an Usohachi, you will be at 7, so they will whiff their abilities. Do not do that. Please be careful. If you're gonna do that, play him at 9 or 10, but do not play him at 8. Because you're in trouble. Now, you should be able to play this, and if you have pudding on the board, just get your Dawn back, so you'll go back to 8, and then you can do resolution of Nami or Usohachi. So, that should work. I'm not a judge, but I'm like pretty confident that's how it goes. But still, 7 cost, 8k body, same argument as the king. Can't be popped by stuff like Brachio Bomber or bottom decked by anything but Red Rock. Solid body. Unfortunately, Luffy Taro does not count as Monkey D. Luffy, so fighting Enel will not turn off 7-drop Enel, and the 6 cost Boa can unfortunately freeze him. But outside of that, amazing piece to this deck. And then last is the Gum Gum Jet Gatling. Standard 0 cost 3k counter. you know how it goes. So that's the deck profile. We're gonna move on to some games, and we'll see how we do. Alright, game 1, we're up against Smoker. Let's go first. Okay, not bad. So we can choose, do we want to go Luffy Taro? Or not Luffy Taro. Do we want to go Zoro Juro or do we want to go Pudding? I'm more inclined to go Zoro Juro just for the body. So let's see what the Smoker does here. Nothing. So we're gonna attack. And then we're gonna take a life and we're gonna play Zoro Juro. That is an unbelievable top 5 and I lose my king, so I'm very sad. So let's grab Nami and pass. I'm hoping we can see a Sangoro because then I could just grab a life and then go Luffy Taro into Nami. But we'll have to see. Okay, Borsalino. 5 into me. I think I will block with the Nami. Okay, Usohachi. And not the best. If I go to 7... Actually, you know what? I think at this point, it's fine to do that. We can go... 5. I'm just gonna kill this guy. Let's get this Borsalino out of here. And then next turn we can go into 9 Mom. Depending on what he does. Usually at 6 for Smoker. Tashigi could come out and get rid of my Zoro Juro. But only time will tell. At this point, we're in a good spot with our hand. We have a good amount of counter. We have 2 of our top ends. And there's Tashigi. And I guess the last Don's gonna go on Smoker. So he can be a 7k. Okay. Now does he know the sequence? Okay, he does. I've seen smokers do that and just shotgun it, and then they're like, oh yeah. So we're gonna 3k counter this. Ooh. Unfortunately, that Tashigi's too good. So I'm going to discard this to gain a life. And let's put this Tashigi to the bottom. And then we're going to ramp 1. And we're going to attack. So the next turn, we can do Luffy Taro into Sangoro. And hopefully we get somewhere. Unfortunately, it gets a little hard into black right now because we're not as aggressive as we were. Oh, they have a second Tashigi. That is so bad. Man, that is really bad luck for us. If I had Kaido in my hand, it would be different, but I don't. I mean, it's going 8? Sure. Let's go Luffy Taro, A1, Nami. I was right, by the way. That does work. Nice. Let's mill this. 2 more? Dude. What am I supposed to do with that? I don't mind if I lose my pudding at this point. Let's go 7 to Smoker. Okay, he took it. I wonder if he doesn't have enough or if he just doesn't care. I could very easily lose my Luffy Taro this turn. Sure, you can take that. I mean, I have another one worst case, but I would not like to lose it. Again, Kaido would be really good right about now. Or another Mom. If he goes Tenzon, I'm in real trouble. Let's see what the Smoker does. He's thinking, whatever it is. Okay, so he plays Borsalino. Borsalino, jeez. Okay. And then I guess he's gonna just swing 7 at me. I guess I'll take. Bonclay a little too late. So we're going to Luffy Taro into Sangoro. Let's try to go for the Tashigi here. Just to bait out some blocks or some discards from hand. Because I'm not afraid of this board state. Let's see if he'll lose the Porcelino. He does. Nice. That's good. And the thing is, now that I have 2 Luffy Taros on the board, he can't get rid of everything. Unless he were to like double Ice Age Rob Lucci, but that's not here or there. Oh, Moria. Is it just Porcelino he's getting? No, it's Suru. It's not gonna be enough unless he plays another Suru from hand, but I don't know why he would do that. It's only gonna bring my Nami down to 1 and not 0. Okay, 7, 8. Oh, well, that wasn't correct, but that's okay. All right. Now here's where we have to start getting cute. Will he sacrifice his Borsalinos for this Tashigi? No, he does not. Awesome. That's like the best possible thing we could get. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna see if we can find the Nami. Nope, but we do find a Frankie, which is a 2K, so that's great. We're gonna go 8. Oh, so good. Now I'm going to take all my Dawn and swing 9. I'm going to swing 8. Okay. I don't think he has game. Well, he can't have game here no matter what he does. But I'm surprised that he had blocked with all the board. Unless he has another Moria, and that's why. But if that happens, I will just Usohachi and just go for game. I'll swing like 4 9Ks. It really just does depend on what this turn does. It's a Hina. Okay, so it looks like Luffy. Yeah, it looks like Luffy Taro is dying. 100%. But he has no blockers, so he is SOL. Sure. So I have to deal with a 9K and okay, so a 10K, which is gonna go towards Luffy. Okay, well, no. No. Let's go. 7. Nine. Wow. 8. Ooh, that's as bad as it gets for me. I should still be in a good enough spot. Nine wouldn't have done it either because he would have had the 10K. So at this point, he has to deal 3 swings. And he wasted it. a bunch of his points on the TCG, so I think we can wrap this up. Even if he... I'm not going to let him kill my Luffy Taro. And either way, I have Frenosuke in my hand for the rush. So it looks like we won this. We're gonna do this. What's the plan? We're gonna counter one. And I'm gonna take. And that's the game. Yep. GG's. I'm gonna draw Moria next turn. But yeah, I had 2 Rush Kaidos. I had Luffy Taro, which I wasn't gonna do. But I could Luffy Taro into Frenosuke and punch there, but it was a good game. It was pretty close. Luckily, I managed to pull through. Now we're up against Green Uta. Okay, they chose to go second. And this deck draws 1,000,000 cards, so we're gonna keep this hand so we can hit them and go into the law. Because they're gonna, I assume, just pass. Unless they're doing New Genesis right now. But either way, it cycles their hand, so it doesn't matter. That's what they did. Pass. Maybe? There's no way they have a second one, surely. Oh. Yeah, you can't attack first turn, buddy. But it's cute. You gonna pass it over, brother? I got a turn I gotta do. Oh, second Dawn. That really is what sells it. Alright, let's go. Let's swing 5. Let's see if they block. They know. Alright, alright. We can go to 6 next turn and ramp up to 7. I have all the big bodies, so I'm pretty confident in this matchup at this point. I just had to make sure she doesn't hit me. Typically, she could go Uta or Katakuri, or yeah. So she's gonna go 7. But if she trashes, she's gonna go down in hand size, which is really annoying. But it's fine. Wow, she trashed another blocker Uta? I don't agree with that at all. Maybe her hand's bricks though, what do I know? Let's see what she reveals. I'm gonna assume this is 50 film. Wow, another one? Never mind, she's a genius. Alright, let me see something. That's not it. That is not what I wanted to see at all. Oh no, it's getting pretty bad, folks. Let's go 5. Screw it, right? We're at a point now where it's not gonna matter anymore. Unless she does I'm invincible, I'm not gonna get hit twice next turn because there's no rush in her deck. I just want to see if she blocks with the Uta, I'm just gonna crack it over the head and kill it. But if she takes this, I'm gonna swing 7. And if she takes that, I'm gonna law. Nope. He did not bite. Let's see, that's 5, that's 6, that's 5. I see. I think it's better to just play a blocker. just to force some life out of her. I know why she's hesitant. It's because a lot of my big bodies later on, she's not going to be able to do anything about. And she's only going to 6, so it's not like she can do 7-drop Luffy. And I'll have 9 Mom to put whatever she grabs back. But let's see how this goes. Unfortunately, I can't Mom his Luffy because it's a 7-drop. Another new Genesis is crazy. Oh, Raizo. This isn't a full film package. That's a weird one. Can you? I don't think you can play that off of Brooke. I don't know why she's playing it. Yeah, the blocker Gordon. Pretty good. But the opponent attack is irrelevant. I mean, you have to discard the songs? No. I mean, she could play Gordon for the block. Let's see, if I'm at 9, I go down to 4, then I go to 5, back up to 7. No, there's no way. I have to play this Lin. Trashing Sanji? To attach a Dawn? It doesn't work that way. She didn't spend anything. I have a gut feeling she's going to concede. I hope they just play it out and accept the mistake. Yes, thank you, Lord. They dumped the Sanji for no reason though, and that sucks. Okay, so we should probably shove the Nami into their life. They whiffed? How? That's crazy. This is why I run the 50 film. Then you never whiff ever, because everything is active, everything is live. Sure, you can swing at me for 6. You should probably go 7. Unless you're going at pudding. Sure? I'm not gonna stop her. Oh, you're hitting me. What an odd match. Another 2K Luffy. Let's see how we do this now. 5. Let's see. I'm assuming she's going to discard the Luffy that she just drew. Now I could go Kaido, KO the Nami, swing at the Uta, but I feel like that's a... Yeah, I think that's the right call, actually. There's nothing she can do. It's really important to not let Uta develop a board, because if you do, she's just gonna go wild. If she has the Luffy, then good for her. I have a 10k Kaido on the board, so I don't particularly care. There's a lot of people trying the OP09 meta, so we just gotta see how it goes. Alright. Do not do that Uta skill again. You don't have the hand for it. You could just die. You could also just rest my Kaido and then I'm really screwed. I go to 7, I could play Sanji and then do 5, 6, 10. Oh my god, she did do it. I hope she has another blocker. Otherwise, I don't know what she's up to. Or a Brook or something. I guess she's not seeing her pieces, but there's really no excuse. Things are just going bad for her right now. And I'm wondering what the deck profile is. Come on, what do you got? Not a hand, that's for sure. Okay, good. She did have another blocker. Thank goodness. That's like as bad as it gets. That's like as good as it gets. So here's the problem. They're going to Shanks my Kaido next turn. So I think I'm just going to like swing 5. If they block with the big Uta, I'm just gonna kill it with Kaido, I don't care. Sure. I guess he could block with the little Uta. Nope. Alright, we're Luffy Taroing. So, the turn's gonna be Shanks 6k. I hope that's the turn, because if not, she's a little silly. I'm wondering how many swings I could get in. The thing about the Shanks is that she commits everything. Yep. KO the Kaido. And then a 6k. And I don't know what's in her hand at this point. Another Shanks? Jeez, man. Okay, we gotta kill her. This is getting a little bad. Let's see how she handles these swings. Is she gonna save her? No. We're gonna swing. Is she gonna 2k or is she gonna take it? Alright, we're in a good spot. Eight. The idea is for her to go to 7, and then I pray to God that I play Law and it rips the Shanks. But if she discards 2k right here, twice, I'm a little cooked. Okay. Okay. 9. Come on, big money. Please don't block it. Yes. Oh god. Please. Yes! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. Please don't have 3 Invincibles in your hand or something. Oh man. Believe in your dreams. Oh, they passed. Misclick. I'll let them rock. But if they do have a Shanks, it's standing. I mean, if they want to tell me like what they remove, then we're good. I'm chill. So I'm gonna wait and see what they do. I think everyone deserves a chance on the sim because there's no takesies backsies. They're actually gonna time out at this point. Their timer's super low. I'm gonna be honest, if this disconnects or if they don't play, there's no way I lose. Even if it was 3 Invincibles and Shanks, I have 2 blockers. So it would be 4 swings. So there's nothing that could be done. Okay. Okay. She's gonna be a really annoying cockroach. But a deal's a deal. I drew the Songoro, so I'm gonna pretend I have a 1k in hand, which means I'm gonna just die. In quotations, I should be fine, truthfully. It could be 6, I'm invincible 6. Which would be really awkward. And then Shanks 11. Let's see. Time's running out. Come on, Uta player. Start swinging. Okay. Nothing gives her unblockable, so I'm chill. It was 9. That's fine. Brook in their hand, so they have a 1k minimum. It's fine. They can't block everything. I'm gonna keep this Jet Gatling. Okay, so now I'm gonna quote-unquote draw the Songoro, so whatever I draw here I can't play. Just for the sake of fairness. So we're gonna go 5. Five. Really? 6. 5. $18. I was gonna just do gear 5 if they countered out of the 8. So GG's. Oh, I see. Okay, so she did have I'm invincible. Well, either way, nothing she could do. So GG's to her. The deck seems... Hody Jones! Okay, I guess that's kind of based. Well, good games. Bonney. Let's go first. Zorojuro in hand, so that's an instant keep. Oh, I don't know how I feel going into this matchup. It's better in 09, but we're not there yet, so... I gotta fight for my life. I can't even Mom or Kaido the damn Hawkins, so... I'm really limited in what I can do. Nothing? Very cool. You wouldn't take this, Bonney. You know I have law in my hand. Come on. You're a smart lady. Come on. Would be sick if you did, though. Would be so sick if you took this hit. You absolute fool! Oh, let's go! Now that, I love to see. I'm just gonna lose the blocker next turn, so if she just swings like 9, I'm just gonna... Well, if you do that, I'm not gonna do anything. What does she have? What 4-drop body? Rouge, I guess? Yeah, that'll do it. Let's see. If I swing with Law, she's gonna tap my leader, and if I swing with the leader, she's gonna tap... I can't win. So what we're gonna do is... We're actually just gonna see what I can do here. We're gonna go 7. Go ahead, tap Law. I can play Zorojuro in my hand, but I feel like this is way funnier. So I'm gonna do that instead. And then next turn, ideally, I mean, if she plays Hawkins here, I'm boned. If she goes Cavendish, I'm just gonna ramp up and 9-mom it because I can't deal with that card. Like Cavendish 7 is pretty bad for me. I only have 1 2K in my hand. Let's see what she does. Okay, so there's Cavendish. 8K to me or to Law Blocker? To me, I can't block that, unfortunately. Ooh, but I will ramp. Kaido? Nah. Wishful thinking. Go ahead. Doesn't matter who you tap. I'm gonna swing with whatever you don't tap. You gonna block it? You gonna counter out? I assume you have a 2K. You're playing Bonney. Well, no, she left the blocker up. So let's drop Pudding, gain a life, and put this on the... Yeah, buddy. So let's take a look here. Ooh, Film Shanks. So the thing is that on the sim, people will just quit if they get tilted, which really sucks. But next turn, she could have done 8-drop Kid, but then it would have been all her Dawn, and she knew I was going to shove Cavendish away. And drawing into Shanks, she could still Carrot and freeze my Zorojuro. But the thing is that stuff like Carrot I don't care about, because I would just attack with Mom, play another Mom, put Aruj in life or Carrot in life, and then just keep going to town. And then at that point, you know, I could play Queen blocker to draw. I was in a really good spot. I think I would have taken it. It's really frustrating when people quit halfway like that, and I wish they didn't, but I guess we take those. And we found Doflamingo. Going second. Ooh, double Zoroduro is not bad. Plus he's 6k, so we can deal with Weeble's power. Just gonna pass. I'm gonna assume he's gonna go 7 leader skill. And I gotta take that because my hand is bricky. Bounce the buggy back, pretty good. You can bounce buggy and not bounce anything, sir. Okay. I guess I'll let them know. We're all learning, so you know. We need 2Ks, so let's ramp. I wonder what they're gonna do now. I'm gonna assume Jinbei Weeble's coming out. Now, typically you want to do Luffy Taro into Sangoro, but I think in this case Luffy Taro into Zoroduro is better just because it's search in hand. This guy's bricking. Cool. I'm gonna block this one out. Oh wow, he's going... Oh wait, then he can't do leader skill because he played the Blackbeard. I mean, if he wants to go 10k to the face, well, sure, you know? It's just... why? He didn't... I'm sure it's an honest mistake. It's not the end of the world. People are still learning decks. You can't be too critical. I think he realized it. That's a shame. Grab another 2k. Ooh. Grab Jet Gatling, actually. I know, I've been there. I know what it feels like to not see your Jinbei, and you're just like, well, I guess we're just gonna chill now. But we're good now that I have a million cards in my hand, and I forgot that Pudding's in this matchup, so maybe I'm stupid. If he shuffles my hand, I am so screwed. Probably shouldn't have played the Zoroduro in that case, because I have 10 in hand. I'm just gonna start countering, so that way it's less neg if he plays Pudding, because he has 4 up right now. But if he doesn't, I'm just gonna go Queen. Vanilla Moria? Sure. And I don't want to gain a life. Actually, yeah, it won't matter, because the thing about grabbing a life to your hand with leader skill to ramp is that if you play 9 Mom, you just go back to 2, so it's not the end of the world. Which I will do now. Let's see if I can get this Mihawk dead, or if he's going to sacrifice hand for it. He doesn't seem to be countering out. He countered out. Counter out of that. Take a life. Mom. Trash Zoroduro. Put Moria on top. because I don't care if he plays this again because you can't attack with it. And now we're in a really good state. We've built a board better than he has, which is pretty much how Dofy loses in this current meta. If you can just deny him a board, he's kind of a sitting duck. Let's see, 9 Dawn. I don't think he can do anything. I think he just loses here. So I'm just gonna go 9, 9, 9, 9. And then I could go 8? Or I could just go Gear 5. Okay, so he keeps doing the teach ability, but he doesn't play something first. So he doesn't get to attach any Dawn. I don't know if he knows that. He put the Moria back? Sure. I think this guy is just a kind of a beginner with Dofy, which it's fine, you know? You play on The Sims so that way, in real life, you're good at the game. Or you develop bad habits, whichever one comes first. A 1-drop blocker law? And the Weevil Vanilla. Okay. Is he gonna go 5 with Teach or something? He could. Oh my god, he is. That's funny. I respect it. So we're gonna go 6. Just to see what he does. Okay. Ooh. The Jinbeis that used to be worth like 30 bucks. We're gonna swing. Swing 8. Swing 9. And good game. And that's the match. Pretty unorthodox deck. He might just be playing stuff that he has in real life. But, you know, that's how it goes. Black, yellow, Luffy. I'm gonna be so real. I don't know what to do in this matchup. I guess the law is a good start. The Gear 5 is good against him because if you go again, he does lose the boost he gets from the kid. As in the child. So, that's a good thing at least. Garp is here. Then 7 to my face. I don't have a 2K, so it'll have to do. Surely you won't take it. I know you're a Luffy player and you love taking... Okay, well. Thought too highly of you. I need to see as much top end as possible for this matchup, or I'm in real big trouble. Sabo, so are we going to 6 next turn? I'm just gonna leave him at 3 and just build my board in the meantime. Lampe to make all his cards alive. If he plays the Egghead Luffy, he's gonna get rid of my law. No! He'd probably debate me. It's ace. Okay. Sure. So what we're gonna do here is we are going to swing into Sabo. Let's trash Luffy Taro to gain. Put this on top of his life face up. I know it's a dumb idea because he might have the kid in his hand, but hey man, whatever. That's exactly why I go to the bottom deck. And then next turn I'm gonna loop the mom again. I don't expect to take damage this turn. And, you know, he could go Gecko Moria and then he dies. And he lost. Well, I think conceding like that is fine because he was definitely dead. I think he reordered his life and saw the Moria and knew it was over because he had no way to bring it out. Yeah, no, he was dead. He could play the Ivankov, but then I would just start swinging huge, and he had nothing really. So that's what the deck can do. So for reference, I was gonna play 9 Mom, shove the Sabo into life, swing 9 so he bottom decks the Sabo, and then just wall up. Next turn, I could gear 5 for game, I could 9 drop for game. Like, I'm not afraid. Once Purple Luffy can have multiple 9k bodies on the board or higher, it doesn't matter. The game's pretty much over. But, yeah, I wish I could do more games and showcase more of the deck, but no one really wanted to play fully, it seems, and I really hate when people don't play it out. It's such a bummer. But regardless, it's still a long one. You got the gist of how the deck works, so thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you guys around.